Hi everyone, this is Dan, and this is Alpha Flight number 2 by Mr. John Byrne, editing by Denny O'Neil. What? No. Denny O'Neil's actually a really good editor, especially in the Marvel days, or I should say 1980s Marvel. Anyhow, the first issue was kind of action-packed, and you got a big explosive adventure with all of Alpha Flight, including the new members Marina and Puck. This one we open up with Vindicator still, that's about to change in about a couple pages, flying around, and he gets ambushed by Aurora and North Star, about to fall. And you kind of find out what's going on is that the John Byrne's basically taken a page out of his X-Men run, and he's having Alpha Flight, I should say, basically do exercises kind of like how the X-Men would do in the Danger Room. But since they're up in Canada, they're just going to use all the uninhabited wilderness that Canada has. So Sasquatch tosses James into this tree. Shaman kind of saves him. Marina decides to play a little bit back and throws a bunch of water on Sasquatch. You get Puck being Puck, so Sasquatch chases after him. And you get a really cool dialogue between Shaman and James Hudson. And here he kind of talks about his history of being a superhero, or being this particular superhero, originally Weapon Alpha, and then Vindicator after X-Men 109. So, Shaman kind of has a really cool back and forth with him. And he's kind of like, this is really great. It's like, then accept something else. You wear the flag of Canada as your costume. Wear also the spirit. You are our own Captain America, James. You represent the nation. And while you may feel you have much to vindicate, Canada does not. You're suggesting my name should be more in keeping with our image, like Guardian? Yes, like Guardian. Thank you, John Byrne. Sorry, it gets really frustrating because Vindicator never gets used after this. And I think John Byrne never liked the name, so he got rid of it. And I think Guardian is a much more appropriate name. So they have a little bit of fun and a little bit of jabbing at the Avengers, too. When they find Marina's kind of acting a little strange, and when Puck kind of confronts her, he gets his intestines torn out. I like, these facial drawings by John Byrne are fantastic, by the way. What's crazy about this is that I'm pretty certain, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm almost certain John Byrne was still drawing X-Men and Fantastic Four and this comic at the same damn time, which is freaking nuts. If you think about it, I think he might have actually stopped doing X-Men at this time and was just doing Fantastic Four and Alpha Flight, but it's still freaking nuts, and it kind of is a tribute to John Byrne, how much of a hard worker that he can produce art like this, at such short notice, in addition to the story too, right? So Marina goes crazy, she gets into the water, and at that point, not even North Star and Aurora can catch him, and they got to take Puck to the hospital. And they're flying in. Dude, he just straight up copied the Avengers plane. I kind of like that, by the way. And they go in here. Shaman is able to save his life because Shaman's actually a doctor in real life. What is it? Two young men, right? Yeah. And after that, once they realize, they've done everything they can for Puck, they decide, okay, time to go chase after Marina and figure out what the hell's going on. They also happen to call Annie Snowbird, and she kicks into action. This is really fun sort of inner monologue, as she really hates her boss right now and her job as a Mountie. And I like how John Byrne drew her boss as literally Hitler. What the fuck? It's like, talk about visual clues for somebody being bad. So Snowbird flies off to go meet up with them, and then you get the crew basically asks Guardian, hey, what the hell is what the hell's up with Marina? What's her background? What are you not telling us, dude? And he goes on to explain where she's from. She's actually it was a fishing family off of Newfoundland, and they found an egg in the ocean when this guy got tossed overboard. He brought the egg back, and when they were kind of looking at it, inspecting it, ooh, Mile High Comics. I wonder what X-Men 94 is $60. What a rip! Yeah, I wish I could get X-Men 94 for $60. But when the wife touches the egg, it cracks and out comes Marina, and then it kind of explains that she grew up like a human despite her looks, and her latent swimming powers kind of grew naturally, and she became a great fit for Gamma flight and moved her way up to Beta flight and to Alpha flight. So we go back to Marina. She's headed to the North Pole, and she goes to this facility underwater, and Jesus, this looks cold. She goes over, and while she's exploring it, you have this nice narration going on. Her feeling this call from this structure, and then she meets this wacky looking dude who is the Master, who you'll see in the next issue. Very exciting. What I noticed is a lot of the earlier Alpha Flight issues, John Byrne kind of does a little bit of half of it, and then the other half he dedicates like 4 or 5 pages to character origins. And I actually think it works because there was never really when he created Alpha Flight, he was just to have a team to oppose the X-Men. And now that he's in charge of actually making a comic, he's got to go put the backstory on it. So this one is James Hudson, and it's explaining what he was. He was basically working for a petroleum company, but he was doing robotics, and he didn't realize that his company was going to sell his technology to the American government and the American military, which he was not happy about at all. And you also get the introduction of Heather. And Heather's a lot younger than James, but got some serious hots for him. Serious, Daddy doesn't love me. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's really really interesting. He is an inventor, but he's not like Tony Stark. He's a pacifist. He doesn't really want his technology used for war. So he decides to break in. He gets his suit back. He is able to destroy all of the blueprints. And when it's all set, I'm going to go back to this. When it's all said and done, he keeps the helmet which he developed in college and leaves the rest. And without the helmet, you can't really work the suit. So he kind of gets his little revenge right here, and you get more story in the next issue. Yeah, I love this freaking illustration of Iron Fist. This is pretty dope, man. Yeah, by the way, just saying, this illustration, like the bullpen bulletins, yeah, by the way, it's really fun to open up these old comics and just read like the letters or just the side stuff, or even sometimes the ads, because it's just such a crazy thing to look at ads from like 30 years ago or letters from 30 years ago. But this bullpen bulletin is really cool. This is John Byrne. He drew this whole thing, and he was like, Jim Shooter asked me to do a guest spot for the bulletin page, and for the longest time, like 2 years, I couldn't come up with anything resembling a theme. Then it hit me. Why not talk about why I love Marvel so much? Then it hit me again. Why not draw about why I love Marvel so much? What do I love most about being here at Marvel? It's the interesting people you get to work with. And look, this is fantastic. You got Spider-Man, Silver Surfer. Here you have all of Alpha Flight hanging out. You got the X-Men back here chilling. Here's the Fantastic Four. You got the Avengers right here, Iron Fist and Power Man. Yeah, this is freaking awesome, by the way. Love this. I think honestly, like it's worth it to get this. Like this alone would be worth the price that I think. I think I picked this up from Mile High Comics for like $5 or $4 or something. But yeah, this illustration's fucking amazing. I freaking love it. Anyhow, that's the review. Let me know what you think. If you liked it, please hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Hit the bell for notifications. If you got any comments on Alpha Flight number 2 or any of the stuff in this issue, leave them down below, and I will see you next time.